Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Monday, July 1st, 2013. There's breaking news coming now from Cairo. Apparently 1.2 million Cairenes are in central Cairo and Tahrir Square protesting against President Morsi's regime. They have broken into the ruling party's headquarters, doused the building with gasoline and set it ablaze. Bloomberg News is reporting that top-level cabinet members have offered their resignations and in fact are resigning now. The Army has issued a statement saying that they will in fact have a statement later today. The Army, of course, has taken control of the government in Egypt on a number of occasions in the past. The protests are against the strict Islamic fundamentalism which is promulgated by President Morsi's party. Meanwhile, in the United States, the intense heat wave, which we'll discuss later in the broadcast, in the western part of the country has had dire results. 19 elite firefighters were killed in Arizona yesterday. Apparently, the wind shifted and 19 of the 20-member hotshot team were killed. According to reports that are coming in, 22 additional firefighters were injured, 8 required hospitalization, and 19 did die. The crew often hike for miles into the wilderness with chainsaws and backpacks stuffed with heavy gear to build lines of protection between people and raging fires. This time, apparently, the wind blew the fire back on them. The Costa Concordia shipwreck off the coast of Italy looks set to cost the market about 66% more than was previously expected. This is due to the very sharp increase in expense in removing the stricken cruise liner from the rocks upon which it's capsized. Insurance insiders reporting that the total claims bill now absorbed by the Costa Concordia's protection and indemnity reinsurance is expected to come in at about $1.17 billion, far exceeding the previous estimate of $744 million. The New York Superintendent of the Department of Financial Services, Benjamin Lawsky, is setting sights now on the world's reinsurance companies, alleging that some of them may be involved in practices that won't comply with pending U.S. laws against doing businesses with Iran. He claims to have uncovered evidence after a year-long investigation of 3 non-U.S. based firms insuring shipments to Iran. He's written letters to them. He sent letters to some of the world's largest reinsurers, including Swiss Re, Hanover, and Lloyd's. Only Lloyd's was available for comment, saying that they will comply with any applicable sanctions. Apparently, Mr. Lawsky has obtained evidence that 3 companies, 3 insurers or reinsurers, he will not name them, ended up covering shipments of aluminum to Iran by trading firms Trafigura Behir and Glencore Exatra. He said that he has evidence of a claim for a metal product shipment submitted by a company based in Iran to a company based in Europe. The policy was issued by a group of European insurers. Meanwhile, Willis is reporting that the widespread softening of property cat reinsurance continues now with the July 1st renewals, and worse, that downward pressure is spilling into other classes. The July 1 renewal is a pivotal renewal date for some large U.S. nationwide and international property cat accounts. Willis said in a note this morning that casualty reinsurance markets now, not just prop, are also seeing substantial increases in capacity, meaning lower prices, despite concerns about the low-yield environment suppressing underwriters' ability to make investment returns. The same problem all over again. Willis also said that non-marine retro rates on loss-free accounts are typically down about 10%. There's been some more news now as a result of a conference in Brighton over the weekend about the Aon Berkshire deal. Aon says the majority of its clients continue to react favorably to the recent Berkshire deal. Aon announced, of course, back in March that Berkshire Hathaway would accept 7.5% of all Aon retail placements into Lloyd's. Stephen McGill repeated again that the deal was 6 months in the making and that he believes is good for the clients, and that about 90% of the clients have taken it up already and about 500 policies have been bound. Lloyd said there was a lot of communication going back and forth with Aon on this. It said further, a proliferation of such deals could have a profound effect on the Lloyd's market because it could risk the viability of some of the market's smaller players who typically help to complete the line slip. As if following on, one of the next commentators was Peter Haynes, managing director of A&V Lloyd's. He said that hot money, excess supply, and the growing trend for exclusive broker facilities is making it increasingly difficult for underwriters to maintain their share of attractive business. He said the real pressure in the marketplace is not necessarily pricing, but in achieving the premium and the percentage you wanted on the slips. He said we are between a rock and a hard place. Meanwhile, the blowback from the National Security Agency eavesdropping story continues for President Obama. Chancellor Angela Merkel's government summoned the American ambassador to Berlin to complain about the reports that the American agency has been bugging European Union and German federal offices. This is still going to go on for some time, you can be sure. Meanwhile, in the United States, that heat wave continues. Temperatures in Death Valley, California, reached about 129 degrees yesterday. Las Vegas hit a record high of 118 degrees on Saturday. In some places, in Phoenix, the temperature reached 119 degrees. This caused the cancellation of flights because apparently airlines, the jets in particular, have a certified takeoff temperature, exterior temperature of about 118 degrees. So some 18 U.S. Airways flights coming out of Sky Harbor International Airport in Phoenix were canceled because it was too hot. The temperature is going to be as bad today, if not worse. Las Vegas is headed for its fifth record day in a row of a temperature exceeding 117 degrees. Unbelievable. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.